so we are back. And this episode, we have got Dirk from xSPECTAR. And I'm so excited to talk to you guys. You're making a lot of noise in the community over the last couple of days. And I'm really intrigued to find out a little bit more about yourself and the project. So welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having us.
No worries at all.
It's been, yeah, the last days were hectic.
So, talk to us about the pre-sale firstly. So, what stage are we at today? I know that phase
Well,
two got sold out very quickly, didn't it?
well, we started the 25th of April, if I'm not mistaken, with our IDO. Our goal was to do it for 5 weeks approximately until the end of May, the 29th. And we have like a strategy of selling it in different batches. So we started at 0.08 XRP for the first one. The second one we did as at the same price. We want to give lots of people the opportunity to get in at the best price possible. And we sold the first batch out in less than a week, which was an achievement, I think, especially since markets are not at their best at this time. So we put the second one for sale, and my goal was again to sell out within the week. And we did it just this morning. So after I think 5 days. Yeah, five days. Yeah, correct. So it goes better than we even could have imagined. So that's a good one. The third batch is online for sale now at the DEX at zero point 0.1. And of course, we had some paper hands or some people that want to take profit, which is normal. But I think all the orders are almost, or maybe at this stage, already filled in. So I think the next sell wall is at zero point 0.1 XRP.
Wow, congratulations. So, let's say there's a lot of excitement around your project, right? So, could I start and find out a little bit about you, Dirk? What did you do before xSPECTAR?
Yes.
I'd love to know a little bit more about you.
Well, I went to university in Belgium. I studied law and history. After a while, I had several companies, but I became a property developer, mostly renovating properties in the Flemish-speaking area of Belgium, so the north. And it was quite successful, but we had our ups and downs, like everybody who who does business. And at the end of summer last year, I started reading about NFTs, and it I took my interest. I have a good friend of mine since I was 14. He's a construction engineer, and we started speaking about NFTs and maybe launching our own project. But it was the earliest stage. So in the summertime, after some holidays, I got in touch with Panos Mikras, one of
Ah,
our
yeah.
advisors from Greece, and he pointed me to our good friends, the XPUNKS. They started, I think, somewhere in October, and I tried to buy some of their tokens. I remember very well. I was in Italy, but being not the biggest tech expert, I'm very honest about that. It took me about 3 days before I could get my XPunks. So that was a bit frustrating. The price went up quite a bit, but I was able to buy them. And since we speak the same language, they're from the Netherlands, of course, we got in touch through the Discord, and I got more and more interested. And we met. I met Kai and Bastiaan from the founders of XPunks, and we had lunch in The Hague. And after a while, we started talking about investing, and I made quite of a big personal investment in their project. I had a lot of faith in them, without knowing what they would be doing with onXRP, by the way. So it was quite early, I think, somewhere in November. My lawyers told me I was crazy to do so, but I'm very happy that I did in the end. So we are still in good contact. I visited them a couple of weeks ago again. We spoke a lot, and in the months after until Christmas, I started fixating on the charts, of course, of the XPUNKS. Something that I understood that's not the most sensible thing to do because it gets you way nervous, and you have to believe in a project on the long term. So I started buying myself into a lot of other projects on the XRPL. Some of them are listed on XRP as well. And I kept them. I didn't start trading. But then the next problem was that I was in 50 discords and looking at 50 charts, which made me even more nervous. So I started realizing that I had to do something to distract myself. And I spoke again to my ex-punk friends, the OGs, of course. We became friends with a lot of guys from the Discord since the early days. It seems like it's so long ago. But I spoke with lots of people, and I told myself, let's start something of our own. Of course, we are in good touch with onXRP and xPunk, so I felt a little bit more confident. I got King Solomon on board, Sadaf, Panos as advisors, so I think we were good on that part. And I told Kai, I remember very well, I told him, or I won't do it, or I will do it the right way. So we started out assembling a team. I was very lucky to find our artist Mao, who is from Chinese descent, but he has been living in the Netherlands since he was 7, and he's one of the probably the best world class leading character artists. So we checked within the community what we would do. Of course. Instead of creating another pair of apes, we decided to do full 3D, high definition, human-like characters as our NFTs, and I think we succeeded in that. We made so many trades that we can make 3 trillion different NFTs. So our main focus now is to select the 8,888 best ones, since the collection will be limited to that. But yeah, that's the main thing to do now. We have a big team. We are about 50 people at this stage,
Wow.
and we will plan to double it in the yeah. And you have to know it's all pre-funded by myself. We didn't attract any investors. Of course, we did the IDO the last weeks, but almost every, it's difficult to say 100%, but 99% of what we raised is still safe, stored on a ledger, so we can go on for a while.
Fantastic. Well, firstly, you're surrounded yourself with great people. Obviously, Kai Bastian, a personal friends of mine. King Solomon, another personal friend of mine. I've known King Solomon a substantial amount of time. We're on the calls all the time talking, and so I've got to say you've chose very wisely and some good people from within the space to work with. And obviously Panos's kind of experience and let's say his CV speaks for itself as well. A very good guy. I don't know Panos personally, but what I've heard is very good. So you're surrounding yourself with fantastic people and you're building on a fantastic chain as well. What kind of interests me is kind of you're coming at it from a similar angle to what I have, where you're more of a traditional businessman, right? And you've made your own successes during functioning traditional business. And those skills, what people don't understand, can be applied to the blockchain world. So can you kind of explain to me how easy it has been to transfer from traditional to this from an infrastructure building point of view, and what difficulties you've had?
Well, I'm quite a perfectionist and I'm very enthusiastic as well. So I try to be an overachiever probably since it was never good enough for my parents when I was a kid. If I had good grades, it wasn't good enough because it could be better. So we started thinking about how we would approach it, and of course, I had a large collection of NFTs myself, or tokens to be minted on the XRPL to become NFTs. And first of all, I wanted to tokenize the complete collection and make every every buyer of our NFT, partial owner of the collection I own, but that would have been seen as a security for 100%. So being a ex-law student and being surrounded with a big legal team as well, I quickly shifted that idea, and then we started looking at businesses that we know, businesses that make good fortune and good success in the real world, and that's art, of course, real estate, casino things, merchandise, gaming. I haven't been gaming since I was 12, I think. The last time I played was on a Nintendo 8-bit, Mario Brothers. So I know my strengths and I know my weaknesses. I know what I can and I know perfectly what I can't. And I'm interested in learning. But that's why we got surrounded by interesting people. So what we did was we tried to implement real life business ideas into the metaverse. Our initial goal was to include our plan or our concept inside a metaverse of another project, for example, the XPUNKS. But soon we decided to collaborate with them and with other projects probably as well. But we decided to build our own metaverse. For now,
Wow.
we're quite sure about that. Mao and I are currently setting up a new company, and we have approached some big ICT companies, European companies who are very interested to work with us as well. I can't give you names because we will attract people and we will do everything in-house, and we will build on Unreal Engine 5. I had some discussions with people, Unity or Unreal Engine, but we want to be 100% future-proof, and I think regarding graphics and everything, Unreal Engine is the best at this time. So we will do it there on that. And then the business thing, we will have an art gallery, which is a virtual art gallery, which will be accessible to everybody, but only NFT holders can buy. So we will have a big collection, of course, of XPUNKS. We will have other projects on board as well. And everybody can visit it, but it will only be for sale to our members. So at first, our NFT is an entry ticket to give you the possibility to buy some exclusive NFTs from other projects. We will look for collaborations in the near future as well. And we plan maybe I'm getting ahead of schedule, but we plan probably to open a physical art gallery where some NFTs or digital art will be displayed. We spoke about that as well with our XPunk friends. And we will launch a project to incubate young digital artists. So we will probably launch some kind of xSPECTAR prize or award with a jury of seasoned people from the art scene, and we will try to incentivize them, to help them move along by giving them some kind of contract where we will pay them in advance for their services, and they will have to sell their art through our channel for a certain amount of time or a certain period of time. So that's the art aspect. Then we come to the second. Yeah, it's very elaborate. The second thing was the real estate. We want to give as much utility as possible to our holders. So we started talking about architects and 3D builders that we work with in real life, and they, of course, for them it's quite boring to design 3Ds of existing buildings. So I asked them, can we look at what Oscar Niemeyer did in Brazil, famous architect, very futuristic, and would you like to start to create fantasy buildings, meta buildings, and let yourself go? And they came with incredible things. So we thought that would be nice as well. So we wanted to act as a property developer like in real life, and we will create nice structures to implement in the metaverse for the ones who are interested. And one day I was laying in my bath, and one of the best ideas come from bars or bath, or there's a third one which I won't mention. But I thought that how can we activate our holders and give them an opportunity to make money? Because I know lots of people are onto passive income, and I believe in passive income 100%. But I believe in activating people as well and put them to work with the right tools. So we are looking into that aspect as well, and we will probably actually give or make our holders, our NFT holders, will be able to become our brokers, our real estate agents. So we will create structures, and they can find buyers for the what we are creating, and they will get they can monetize on the aspect of the holding of their NFT by finding a buyer for us, and they will get a percentage of commission of the sale. So that will make the NFT worth probably go up, because with one good sale they can probably earn their investment in the NFT back as well.
Wow.
So that are the two main things we are focusing on now. The third aspect was the casino. One of my lawyers comes from a family who has run multiple casinos as well. So yeah, I'm quite well connected in the real world. And his parents, they sold to a big group, and they were speaking about me and what I was doing, and they are very interested as well. But we put that it will be at least 1 year or 1.5 years before we start with that aspect. We want to be 100% legally compliant, KYC, anti-money laundering. We are vetted and doxed by onXRP, by the way. So we want to do everything the right way. And the casino aspect, online gambling, it stays a little bit difficult with licenses and everything. So we are looking into it. My thing is that I see other people do it, and if they can do it, we will probably be able to do it as well, and probably better. So, but we have to take our time to look at the best solution, and don't overrush or try to make promises that we can't keep. But I think that we have some good examples of others doing it, and if they can do it, we will most certainly be able to do it as well.
Wow. So that's a lot of information, Dirk. You've just dropped all that on me, right? So I'm going to reel it back a little bit now, right? Okay, cool. So we're doing initial DEX offering, which gives you coins to then buy an NFT, right? But you're going to have 8,888 NFTs, is it? Yeah?
Well, it is in fact the we launched the token. We made a decision not to do an IOU token like the XPUNKS did, to
Yeah.
be different. And since because we know that XLS20, or we hope that XLS20 is coming close, so we will sell our NFTs when the mint is possible on the XRP ledger with XLS20. So we don't want to sell anything that's not there yet. What we did do is launch a native token, which will be used as a currency within all our ecosystem to buy the art, to buy the buildings, to play to earn in the metaverse. Will create, so that will be a native currency which will be used for several things that we will be creating. But we have one condition. We have entry level for the NFT. You have to hold 8,888 tokens. So you have to need them in your wallet to buy the NFT. So it's the first step to make a selection. So 8,888 of our native tokens will be required to be eligible to buy the NFT. The price of the NFTs will be announced at that stage. I had many people ask me questions. No, it's so good. It won't be 5,000 XRP or something. No, not at all. We already said in one of our AMAs, it depends on the XRP price, of course. And we compared ourselves to other projects on the XRPL without mentioning names. And we also made a comparison with good projects on other chains. And I think it will be somewhere between 500 and 1,500 US dollar, and it depends on how the market goes. And we want to be something. We want to choose for longevity, and building things costs money. We don't want to make promises we can't keep. So we are making from time to time unpopular decisions as well. We put the second batch of the native token for sale at 0.08. Some people expected that it would be higher, and it was early in the morning here in Belgium. It was 4 a.m. I put the batch online, and we got a huge reaction in Discord about it. So, well, we think long term, and we ask the people that are willing to invest to do the same, to have confidence. I think in the last 2 weeks we showed what we can, and we made quite an impression on the XRPL. And we have some more weeks to come, and I can promise you, you ain't seen nothing yet, not at all. I'm very proud of what's coming, because it will be impressive. I've seen things and I almost fell down from my chair because it was incredible. So that's the thing I can tell you. But do your own research. Don't use money that you can't miss, and think longer term, at least until after the IDO. But I would recommend you to think further in the terms of months and maybe even years. People that have sold their bored apes are now probably feeling quite bad that they didn't keep it for a longer time. So I understand people are trading and I encourage it, but keep at least the amount to have the NFT, and maybe two, so you can sell one and keep another one to be able to enjoy all of the utility that it will be offering.
Absolutely. And in terms of the metaverse itself that you're going to build, how long will that take from start to finish? And when are you looking to kind of bring that to market, the metaverse?
We will have something ready to show around summer. It's difficult to say. I don't want to put a fixed date on it.
Yeah.
The complete metaverse, as you know, it takes a couple of months, months in the best case scenario. So especially with Unreal Engine 5. So I think
Yeah.
somewhere in 2023 is feasible. Let's say a year, but I think that as I told you that we will under promise and over deliver. But we will have something ready in the summer.
Yeah. Okay. I do you know what I like about the idea you've got already is facilitating fantastic art people within the space, not only from an NFT art point of view, right? But what people don't understand in construction, there is artists who create buildings and design buildings, stadia, all these kind of beautiful
Mm.
buildings that you see worldwide. So it's almost like you're acting for a conduit of all these lovely designs that no one could ever imagine could be built. And then you're going to kind of facilitate the building of those and be able to drop those into the metaverse, which may be yield bearing assets at a later date as well, right? So they can be
Yeah.
bought and used and utilized within the metaverse. In terms of the real estate longevity, what you're looking for, you're obviously going to have these and you can move them into your own metaverse. Are you looking to kind of be in other people's metaverses as well? And are you looking to go cross chain?
Yes.
Where are you with that?
Yes, that's something that Panos especially is a big fan of Hedera, of Avalanche. Of course, we have to look at Solana, for example, at Ethereum. So we don't have any enemies. We will explore everything that's possible. But as I told you, I'm not willing to overpromise. But yeah, of course, I think that's the future as well, for sure. And for the art gallery, we are in contact with a party to be able to offer NFTs from other chains. So that's an interesting
Wow.
thing as well.
Yeah, it's always hard to get
We made quite
interoperability,
a bit
right?
of progress.
Pardon?
But lots of people think that in 2 weeks we did amazing things, and that raises questions. But I have to tell you, it's we're now half of beginning of May. I think we started with the ID somewhere in January. So we did. We're very well prepared, and you can imagine 50 people. It's a lot of working force, and they're all very good at what they do. Mao, he won, I think, 12 Golden Lions, Film Festival of Cannes. So they know what they're doing. By the way, Mao is building an avatar software, avatar creating software that will be available also within the year, better than MetaHuman, if I may say so. And it will let people
Wow.
easily make their own avatars, like we have the NFTs, but it will be doable themselves. And we will probably have a shop as well to buy accessories. Mao worked for some big companies. So I think we're onto something good, and I think we have the right people to make it happen. And we took a good look at other projects, and we learned a lot about it, especially from other chains. So I think that yeah, we are well prepared. I'm
Wow.
quite confident. I'm very people that know me
You,
that I don't. I'm very I like to play safe, especially in the beginning. It was my personal money. Now we raised, and I feel a big responsibility towards, I think now 2,000 holders or something. So they can rest assured that I will take even better care of their investment than of my own.
Wow. You have certainly not got small plans. You have got huge plans, and I love the attitude towards it. And I commend you. I really do. I have a question. What's all the eights about, Dirk? The supply, the
Ah, the eight, yeah.
NFTs, and everything like that. What's the eights?
Well, we had didn't want to do 10,000 NFTs, so we wanted to have a lower supply, and then we start thinking about numbers. The nine, it's close to the 10, of course. The six with is not the best number to take, and everything below is a very small supply for what we are doing. So I think that again, it's the eight is aesthetically a very nice thing as well to look at. We have the infinity sign in our logo, so it's also some kind of an eight. And then we made that decision, and afterwards I spoke to Panos about our tokenomics of the currency, and he advised me to do a low supply of the tokens, the native currency, less than 100 million. He says you have to have a starting price of less than zero point 0.1 XRP, and then it was very easy. We took the eights and we recycled it, so it became all eights, and I thought it was a nice thing. Lots of projects don't, they even when they have several NFT collections, they don't have a storyline. So I was thinking when I was a kid and looking to certain movies and the atmosphere of the casino, the real estate, the art, cars, nice cars. So we took that, and then we took the eight, and it comes back everywhere to make like some kind of a consistent story or something attractive as well. Because we have to be honest. Marketing is important, and I think we have a very good product, but without a community, you're nothing. But I think we try to make it attractive and a bit mysterious for like people like you are asking those questions. There's some kind of idea behind it, but it's not like a big mathematical thing or something.
No, I didn't know. I thought, oh, that's curious. Right, why that? I thought it was something to do with behind number symbology or something like that, right? But
Yeah.
what I'm
Well,
interested about,
the
Dirk,
curiosity is what we wanted to cultivate. So.
absolutely. What I'm really interested in, I love the project. I love you. I've heard nothing but good things about you, which is great. What I want to do is, what does Dirk do away from the business day to day stuff? Xspectar, puts his feet up, spends time with family. I want to know what you do away from it all, because you're obviously very busy. What do you do when you have Dirk time?
I hope I will be having dirt time again somewhere in June 2025. I'm used to not sleeping a lot, so I don't sleep a lot. That's an advantage. I like nice cars. I'm a car lover. I like good food. I like good wine. I like to cook. Cooking is for me very relaxing. I used to play a lot of chess, and I played ice hockey on a quite high level, but it's been a while. I have some back problems, so playing ice hockey is probably not the best sensible thing to do. So at this time, I hope that I will be able to go to a holiday home we have in Italy in the summer and work from there. But it will be work anyhow. I sitting next to a pool doing nothing is not really my thing. The advantage is that I like a good glass of wine and maybe sometimes a glass too much. I don't have time to do that anymore. I have to be 100% 24/7. So yeah, I lost 12 kilos, by the way, since I started this project.
Wow.
So yeah, but that are good
Well,
things. I became more healthy again as being responsible for everybody that's interested. I have to be healthy and alive for a long time.
absolutely. So basically, Dirk has basically written off of his life for xSPECTAR over the next 2 or 3 years. Full development, holidays. I can see you now on like the sunbed in your Italy holiday home with your laptop out, still working, doing conference calls. So
I had
yeah,
the day
completely
before.
committed.
The day before yesterday, my stepdaughter became 18, and we had a birthday
Oh, wow.
dinner at a restaurant we often go to. And I was sitting there with two phones in my hand and with my laptop on the table. I can tell you it doesn't make you very popular, neither with your family or your guests, but it's a sacrifice. I think I underestimated it. I have to say, I thought it, I am. I didn't think anything. But I wasn't expecting, very interesting word choice, to make it a success like this and to go so fast like this. But yeah, we are here, we made a choice, and we have to take the right decision. So I can't say today I won't work. We will work with as many people as much as it's needed until we reach our goals.
Fantastic. Well, Dirk, I've absolutely really thoroughly enjoyed our conversation today. I'm going to be watching closely, and we'll probably have you on again as we starting to develop and launch products and stuff like that, right? And I would just like to follow your journey and then talk to you at various points throughout your journey as well. But for
But
one, I know personally by just listening to your voice and your energy that you're fully committed to bringing this full suite of products to the community. And obviously, financial commitment, time commitment, sacrifice away from family events and stuff like that. I understand it. And it's full commitment. You've gone in 2 feet first and fully committed. And I really do commend you for doing so, Dirk. So well done to you. So yeah, I've just really enjoyed our conversation. So until next time, guys,
one more
we're
thing,
over.
one
Go
more
on,
thing that's maybe
go on.
important. The Twitter verification. Everybody's asking me questions about that.
Oh, go on, then, let's go. All
It
right.
was quite of a stunt. We are the first and only project that got Twitter verified. It took us some time and some research, but yeah, that was also a big achievement, I think. And then the shout out we had from David Schwartz with his custom profile pic of him with wearing a Golden State Warriors shirt and holding the Switch, of course. He reacted and he said that made me flip. So maybe we are close.
So, how did you get the verification on Twitter so early then? Because that's quite unique. That doesn't
Well,
normally
we were
happen, does
already
it?
in the process for a long time. We were already, there were some articles, and of course, I'm well connected due to my other companies. So we had some references to show them, so that made it a little bit easier.
Ah, I see. I see. It's always it's who you know. It's not what you know. It's who you know, right, Dirk? So it does help when you're trying to achieve things in life, especially from connecting and building out teams. Because networking is a key part of building successful relationships within business, and people undervalue relationships in real world business. But I certainly don't. And I think that's quite an important thing to have. So I think that you transferring your skills, what you've learned in business into this space, I think you'll do very well because you're obviously clearly networking and obviously using your skill sets across industry. And I'm just so glad
It
that
was difficult.
people are. Go on, sorry.
Sorry. In the beginning, it was difficult. It's very difficult to convince people from more regular business perspective who are in other industries for ideas like this metaverse blockchain. In the beginning, they're all a bit weary. I also tried to attract some people towards xpunks, but it has been proven that it's not very easy because everybody is looking a bit at it. They don't know it, and it scares them, and especially if you talk about numbers, they think you're crazy, of course. But now, since we are showing some things, and especially since I'm doing it myself, lots of personal contacts who have known me for 5, 10, 15, 20 years, they are also getting very interested. And one of the things, my big achievement would be if we can attract other NFT lovers from other chains to the XRPL. I think that's probably one of the main goals for us.
Great. Great. Well, like I said, great chatting to you today. I'm definitely going to follow your journey. And thank you for coming on today. And we'd love to have you back on the show again. I know Kai tilts very highly of you guys, especially yourself. And yeah, we're going to look forward to going on this journey together with you. I'm Dirk.
With pleasure. Thank you so much for having me.
Cheers, guys. We're over and out for another episode of onXRP.